What's going on? This is Corey McKinney, and welcome back to Free Game. And today, I got one of my best homies in the building, my boy, the legend, Trey Jones. You know what I'm saying? And so, this guy right here is a credit guru. And the reason why he built this credit was to scale his Amazon store, to 7 figures. But then he realized, shit, there's way bigger opportunities outside of Amazon. Shit, I need to scale this shit even more so I can leverage it to do even more shit, real estate, whatever. So, without further ado, man, bro, what made you realize, how'd you get to the point where you're like, okay, the only way for me to take, well, hang on, let's back up. Did you start working on your credit, messing around with the eBay store or with the Amazon store? Because I remember back in like 2018, you were playing around with 2017, 2018, you were playing around with both, trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah, it was eBay. eBay was my focus. And then from there, that's when it opened me up to the idea of, okay, I need credit to actually use to grow a business. And prior to that, I thought the only focus of growing a business was actually having capital on hand.
Yeah, same.
And bootstrapping a company is not ideal if you're trying to scale to 6, 7, and 8 figures. So I learned pretty quick that it requires building a foundation, which is your personal credit, and then from there moving on to business credit, and then establishing yourself and your relationships with all these banks that will offer and give you good opportunities to use.
Okay, so I guess was it eBay or Amazon that you started to build your credit on?
eBay, and then my first credit card was like $500 from Capital One. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it started off really slow, and I didn't really know what I was doing at all, but I was just like, there's no way I can grow to the size I need to as fast as I want with just my own money.
Yeah, so I guess let's go back and talk about them beginning days. All right, so you get approved for this $500 card, right? You're using this to fund items for your eBay store.
Yeah.
So like with eBay, you listed the item, you got the sale first, and then you had to pay to get the item shipped to your customer before you get your money.
Yep.
Right?
Which is drop shipping.
Yeah, which is drop shipping, right? So you were drop shipping on eBay. So I guess tell me, tell me about that time period. How often were you maxing that credit card out and paying it back in the 30-day times? In the 30-day
yeah.
time?
So eBay doesn't have as much volume as Amazon, so I didn't run into the problem as much until I started selling on Amazon, which was 2018.
Okay.
The next year. Yeah, so then I got caught up in the holiday Q4.
And this is 2018 that you got caught up in the holiday Q4?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I sold out of like a garden box, and that did like $15,000 in a month. So.
And this was on Amazon.
Yeah.
And at the time, did you still have that $500 card?
Yeah, and then that eventually grew.
So question, by the time you had that $15,000 month, were you just flipping that $500 card?
Yeah, repeatedly. So I would get the money cash out from what I made from my business, then recycle the money and then pay it on my credit card and then reuse the credit card so I could get the 1.5 or 2% cash back.
Got you. So I guess how many times did you go through that process of running your credit card up, paying it down, before you were able to increase your limits?
Up till now, I still do it.
Well, no, I'm talking about specifically during that time period.
Oh, during that time?
Yeah, I mean like specifically in the beginning, 2018, this $500 credit. So like what I'm trying to figure out is how you grew that $500 credit card limit to a bigger credit card limit. And then we'll talk about how you scaled your personal credit a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you don't got to give away all the sauce. I mean, hit them up if you want all this. But, I'm just trying to get some overall.
Yeah, so basically what I started with was just opening up with anyone and anywhere that I could get a relationship with. That way it opened up the doors to my credit profile being exposed that I have more than just like student loans or whatever's on my credit profile.
What helped you scale your credit limit specifically from that $500 card? Or
repeatedly spending over and over again.
Got you.
Showing that to the banks is what gives them like, okay, he needs a bigger limit. We need to grow him.
Got you. And did you increase your limit first, or did you apply for other cards during that time period specifically?
I applied for cards, and then I actually the same credit So, and I've tried multiple times increasing limits, but they're just, I don't know, Capital One isn't always the best.
Ah.
But
So by the time that you scaled to the $15,000 a month, did you have multiple cards at this time? By this time, or was you still flipping that $500?
yeah,
card?
I had at that point I got a $10,000 card, which eventually they gave me an increased limit on that to 21,000, and then on the next one I got a business card with them for like 5,000.
And this is still 2018.
Yeah.
All right. So like time frame, like top of 2018, you're doing eBay drop shipping. Okay, you're using a $500 card to float that business. Towards the end of the year, you start getting into Amazon. You start doing more volume. Realize that you need more credit, and then what?
Then it was just scale the business, hire virtual assistants, double down on what works already, how you know you already find hot, profitable products, and then you just scale the business that way.
Well, I guess specifically like from a credit aspect, like I guess like you got to a point where volume is so high that you can't keep up with, I mean like the volume has surpassed your credit limit.
Yeah.
Because again, so you were drop shipping on Amazon. So like eBay, he was, he would list the item on Amazon. So like let's say they're selling these mics, for example, like in bulk. You can get 2 of these mics for, I don't know, $30, whatever, a package, right? He will list that on Amazon, right? People will buy that from him first, and then he'll take his credit card, purchase the item from wherever his supplier was, ship it to the customer. Once the customer got it, or he got the tracking number back and put it in Amazon, hey man, shit, you're getting your money back. What's the profit, right?
Yeah.
So, like, at what point was you like, I mean, like, fuck, this $500 card isn't enough, you know? Like, I mean, like, how far into your Amazon journey did you realize I need more credit?
Well, I knew right away once I got the first card that it would take at least a year of just building my foundation of my personal credit.
Okay. So I guess let's talk about like the fundamentals you use to build your personal credit. You know, so okay, we moving out of Q4. By the end of Q4 2018, you got the $500 card limit, and then you have the 10K limit, right?
Yep.
And I assume that you're able to get approved for the 10K just by being on top of your shit with the $500 limit.
Yeah.
Right.
Of the on-time payments, that helps a lot. When you build up the thickness of your file, and you have like, I don't know, to have a perfect credit score, you have to have at least 21 accounts.
Okay.
So if you even want to get an 850 credit score, you have to have 21 accounts that can range from auto loans, student loans, credit cards, personal loans, anything that's a personal account that's going to reflect on your credit report. Those are a total accumulation of accounts that you have to get a perfect credit score. So what I did was like I leveraged my student loans to the fullest by having all those accounts open, on-time payments, and it built out my files so large that I had thousands of on-time payments. That way the creditors already know that I'm trusted and I pay on time.
Oh, wow. So you start paying on your student loans, and that helped a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that might have been where I went wrong. Swear, that's where all the late payments came from.
Seriously, and then that usually is detrimental to everyone's credit is some form of loans, over leverage too much.
Man, so I just learned something here. So if you're in student loan debt, pay on them student loans, and it will help your credit.
And recently with like what Joe Biden did and everything, he put everything on like a 0% interest for like the last 2 years. So essentially everyone had on-time payments for the last 2 years building their credit and not even know.
Because the people are pissed right now.
Right.
Talk about we got to pay our student loans,
Yeah,
not knowing.
he's ready to start it up.
But so like, not knowing, he's really like done a favor then the last 2 years, huh?
Yeah, essentially.
Because, what'd you say again? No interest?
No interest, yeah. So student loans have been accurately on time paid and reflecting that to your credit report for the last 2 years.
That's dope. That's dope. So I guess let's talk about more about like scaling your personal credit, right? What are some key fundamentals to building your personal credit?
Like I said earlier, just get as many accounts as you can.
Right.
So even if it's low limits, that's okay. Just grow and build it slowly, step by step. because after a while of showing, on-time payments, like I said, it's going to reflect back to the banks and give you the green light for trust.
So I guess how does personal credit and business credit go hand in hand? Because I mean, look, understand who I'm interviewing here. This man has like damn. I ain't go. Do you mind if I
I
say,
don't
hey
care.
man, this man got damn near $500,000 in credit that he leverages to scale his business to millions of fucking dollars. Yeah. All right. Dropped out of college, dealt with a lot of circumstances. We dealt with them together. You feel me? We ain't got to talk about that,
Yeah.
but you talking to a guy who has 6 figures in credit currently. So, let's talk about that. What, like how does personal credit and business credit correlate?
Yeah, it all goes hand to hand.
Mm-hmm.
Without the personal credit, you can't even establish your business.
Why is that?
Because for the businesses, for them to trust you, they need to see some type of social proof that you've done all right and you're doing okay and you make on-time payments. Like I said, like that all reflects back to trust. So if your personal credit, you've shown that you have no trust, they're not even going to entertain the idea of giving you anything.
And this is trust with the banks.
Right.
So if you could give like 5 commandments to building trust with the banks, what would Trey's top 5 credit commandments to building trust with the banks be?
The first one would be open a relationship with them. If you can, put as much money as you can with them.
How do you open a relationship? Well, hang on. Let me let you finish first.
Open a relationship. What I mean by that is just go to Chase, open a banking account with them, talk to the relationship manager that's already there. That alone is going to open the doors up for you because they're going to say, okay, well, this is basically the terms and conditions of working with Chase.
So literally go to Chase, open up a bank, then ask to talk to a relationship manager and just introduce yourself and be nice.
Yep. Let them know about your business, what you do, and preferably when it comes to certain business models, banks do tend to fund businesses better that are like e-commerce related, consulting. If it's like real estate or investor or ATMs or anything like that, that's too high of a risk business model, and the banks are going to reject you. And if they do approve you, it's not going to be as high as someone with the e-commerce business.
Interesting. Why? Like, what makes someone who wants to invest in real estate appear more risky to a relationship manager than someone who wants to jump into an e-com business?
Yeah. So I mean, just like everyone, a bank is an investor at the end of the day.
Okay.
So that's how they're evaluating you: is if you're worth the risk or are you worth the money to them.
Okay. So all right. So what would the second commandment be?
Have at least 5 personal credit cards.
Okay.
I would say actually 3 minimum.
3 minimum?
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Okay, so that's commandment number 2. So at least 3. So what was the first one? Build a relationship with.
Open a relationship with the bank.
So first commandment, open a relationship with the bank. Second one, minimum 3 credit cards.
Yep.
And if your credit isn't good enough to get 3 credit cards, secure credit cards?
Yeah, absolutely. Get a secure credit card, or this is another step, is get an authorized user, or what's called an AU. You can get, what I did was I went to my grandma and she had like a 800 plus credit score. She added about $15,000 in personal credit to my utilization, and she added, I want to say, like 20 years of credit age. So the older your credit age is just tremendous. It's going to do you a huge favor the older your credit is, because that's going to show a consistency for all those years.
That's dope. That's dope. Okay. So what's commandment number 3?
The AU.
Oh yeah.
Be adding AUs.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. AUs, authorized users. You just said that. Okay.
Yeah. So that'll boost your credit. It'll boost your utilization.
Right. Okay.
Boost your credit age.
For sure. And then commandment number 4. Or shit, you only need those 3?
Yeah, I mean it varies because it's just about your file. So if I was gonna say the next step would be just keeping your credit repaired, or having it clean, no negative remarks on your account. If you have inquiries, late payments, collections, anything like that, you need to get removed
Immediately.
Like,
So no late payments,
Yep.
no collections,
Yep.
no inquiries,
You could have 3 inquiries in the last 6 months.
and that looks healthy?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 inquiries max in the last 6 months. Pay your shit on time.
Yep.
Okay. All right, for sure. So I guess let's let's talk about business credit, man. So like, let's say, well, what type of credit score do you need? Well, I mean, like, okay, I hear the 21 accounts, all good payments, 3 credit cards, okay. So let's say we have all of these things right in place. What type of credit score do I need now for the banks to take me serious for business funding?
Yeah, so I would say a minimum you need at least a 700 for your FICO score. Now there's a difference between a FICO score and a Vantage score.
What is that?
A Vantage score is just basically like Credit Karma, they give you a Vantage score, and it's basically a score that they created, and it doesn't get monitored by the banks like how a FICO score does. A Vantage score is basically an estimate, and a FICO score is your actual score.
Okay, dope.
So when you go to apply, you need to be going off of what your FICO is and not what Credit Karma is telling you. Because what Credit Karma is basically an affiliate platform where they're incentivized to give you offers based on what they see your credit as, and then they get an incentivization for when you sign up on their links, they get a referral kickback now. So it's not really the best favor to, work with Credit Karma.
Yeah, it sounds like they're just trying to hustle you.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend working with?
If you want to pull your report, you can get a free one from annualreport.com. They give you one free one every year.
Annualreport.com?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, maybe in a video we can make this pop. Annualreport.com pop across the. Okay. What else?
Then you can use Identity IQ or FICO.com to pull your scores.
Okay. Cut out the middleman, Credit Karma. We ain't fucking with them.
Yeah, and for those other monitoring platforms I just mentioned, they are like $30 a month, but if you can pull your report for 1 month, that's going to give you a gauge to read for like the next 6 to 8 months if you don't do anything to your credit at least. So that way, you don't have to keep paying a subscription if you already know what's on your file.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Now, I've been watching you fly around, you know what I'm saying, to this country, this city, jumping off of goddamn cliffs and shit, man.
Yeah.
What are some advantages? I mean, like, talk about how you travel for free, leveraging your credit. Like,
Yeah, so like for my business model, selling on Amazon, it's like the ultimate manufacturer spending model there is, which is basically spending all this capital on your credit cards and then getting the reward points on the back end.
Mm-hmm.
So since I don't have to actually touch products and prep them, it's just straight to the customer, and I just get the cut and the profit off of the credit card as well. So from there, I don't know. I'm sorry, what was the question again?
How you travel for free, bro? You
Yeah,
be staying
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah,
5-star hotels.
So when I have all
Yeah.
my Amazon, I have all these orders coming through, and I sold over $2 million on Amazon. So all those $2 million in sales
Wait,
generates
hang on. How many you said?
2 million, over 2 million plus in sales on Amazon.
And what time frame?
That's in 2 years.
Hey.
In 1 year, I've sold over 1 million.
Hey, man, back in the day, man, they said if we hung out together, we would end up in jail or wouldn't be anything. How much money you said you'd have made?
Yeah, over 2 million.
Come on, man.
Over 2 million.
Yes, sir, man. How old was you when you made your first M?
That was last 26 when I hit the 1 million in 1 year. But prior to that, I had cumulative years of over 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, and we're growing still past that.
Man, shit, it's only beginning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, well, I guess, shit. Let's talk, Misha, let's talk some more about business credit. How can someone who knows absolutely nothing, let's say they have all the qualifications, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My personal credit is straight. I got X amount of credit cards, on-time payments. I got X amount of accounts. All your data points is good.
Yeah.
I look trusting to the bank, okay? All right. Let's say I don't know shit about getting approved for business funding, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I mean, obviously, y'all want the real sauce. Obviously, follow this man, DM him, and, he helps people get funding. We'll talk more about that.
Yeah.
But, I I guess like what are some directions like people can like start walking into to start lightly scaling their business credit? You know?
Um, First, you just got to get on the board. So if you don't have any business credit, you just need to start somewhere and get somewhere.
Okay.
Um,
If I start somewhere and get somewhere, what do you mean?
just any relationship you currently have, that's your best bet. You should go into the bank and talk to a relationship manager and see if they can get you some type of, extra funding for your business.
Now I got a question. This is on a side note, right? Let's say your business cash flow some decent amount of money, and I'm asking this for my own self because I'm fixing my credit. You feel me? You know. Could I talk to a relationship manager and be like, listen, I've been banking with you guys for X amount of years. If you look at my cash flow through the account, it's some. Is there any way we can work something out? I know my credit score isn't the best, but you guys see it's there. Is there any way we can work something out where I can get approved for some type of funding for my business?
Yeah.
Is that
It's not ideal that you're just gonna walk in there and you don't actually have you still have to meet their criteria in their system to get approval.
Okay, so in other words, no.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. So I guess let's get back to our, let's just get back to the original question. Like, someone who knows absolutely nothing, but they have, the correct credentials to start getting business credit. First, build a relationship. Well, that was in your first one with even building personal credit. So I guess those two correlate. So once you got a relationship, then what? For the business credit,
and if you have any pre-approvals, that's a good sign that you could get some good funding from a bank.
Okay.
Check your pre-approvals, and I would see and weigh all my options. Like, what do you need for your business specifically right now?
I mean, shit. It would be nice to get listen. I'm just sick of using my cash to make my cash. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Simple as that. Whatever they down to give me, I'll take and use. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, if we max out, I don't mind floating my cash, but
Yeah. So, like for you, like I've mentioned that your business needs the American Express Gold Card. So with that, they give you 4x to spend on your ad spend. So if you're spending 100,000 every month in Facebook ads, you're gonna get 400,000 in points. That alone would give you about, I don't know, probably at least $5,000 a month in free travel.
Man, shit, free game.
Yeah.
Free game. That's why we. Hey, man, I need a horn or something. Be like, you know what I'm saying? Or
Drop the bombs.
Yeah, man. Or get like a drink or something. You feel me? After that,
yeah.
man. We gotta get something hype for that. You feel me? But yeah, man. But shit, you got anything else you want to share in regards to personal credit, business credit, or again, free game. I want someone to be able to take these things and possibly build their credit up a little bit, fix their credit a little bit, get approved for a little something. I mean, nothing crazy because you help people get approved for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But I mean, like something, help someone get from point A to point B. You know what I'm saying? Help them build some confidence to reach out to you.
So we mentioned adding the authorized users. That alone, remember when I added you and that jumped your score over 100 points. So definitely get the AUs. If you can get a grandma or grandpa, someone with that just super old age credit history, leverage them, then use that to help your credit. Then from there, I would just keep, if I don't have any credit, I'm going to go open a secure card and try to apply for any credit card I could get approved for.
Now, what about, I saw, I can't remember where I saw that, personal loans.
Yeah.
Using, like, taking out a loan against yourself, right? And paying it. What do you think about that?
I wouldn't recommend that.
Why not?
The interest rate is just dumb high.
Don't make sense.
Yeah. You're better off going to get a business credit card and use the 0% offers that they give for free. So then you could use that for the next 12 months. And there's ways where you can get, I use 0% credit, so I have 12 months of 0% interest for other investments. So that's how I leverage to buy business models and get into real estate or crypto or whatever the case may be. But I'll use that 0%, that 12-month span of free just money. Then if say I don't make my money back in that 12 months, I'll do a balance transfer. So I'll transfer one business card balance from my business side to another business card, and that's going to be a 0% offer for another 12, 13 months.
That's dope.
So you're leveraging credit for a 24 months, 0% interest free and you can build infinite amount of businesses in that time span.
Crazy. Hey, is there anywhere we can cut and come back in, or should we keep going?
I would wrap it up right here.
Well, I had some more.
You got it. Your other guy's here.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. I mean, have him come in. It's Ty.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it's Ty.
Yeah, but we should wrap it up. We have a lot of time. I mean, we're on a time schedule now.
All right, for sure. All right. So I guess my last question, and bro, give is shit. Tell me, what are some of the biggest and best assets, profitable assets that you have purchased so far leveraging your credit?
I bought about 3 management companies to manage my e-commerce stores.
Oh, you bought? What do you mean?
I didn't buy the company. I bought them to manage my company.
Oh, okay.
So I got my contract established with them to manage my e-commerce companies now for Facebook automation, Walmart automation, and then Amazon automation.
Oh, that's dope. So you leverage your credit to just get automate
Yeah,
stores.
so I'll get $150,000 in funding, and I'll go and literally displace all that money. So I'll put $35,000 into the Walmart and Facebook, and then $25,000 into the Amazon.
That's crazy, and that's their fee to automate the store for you. Does that include inventory, or you have other cards for inventory?
Yeah,
obviously?
so that doesn't include the inventory.
Okay, that's just getting them set up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope, man. 3. That's like real estate on the internet. Having
digital real estate.
Yeah, having 3 automatic streams of income.
Yeah.
That's dope. Shit, what else? I know.
And then for my FBA store, that's like really the bread and butter now. I'll leverage my credit to buy my inventory in bulk from my warehouses, or not from my warehouses, for my warehouses. And then that alone would generate another 6-7 figures. Then on top of that, the other best, this is probably the best passive income I've ever made, was through a real estate syndication fund.
Yeah, man, I saw you post some shit. It was fucking crazy, man. They're supposed to be paying you like 60, 70 something at the top.
I'm gonna end up pulling out of that deal at $75,000.
How much did you have to put down?
I put up about $50,000.
And you like leveraged the credit that you got, paid that, and just let that shit work for you. A year later, you getting paid back
$25,000 in profit, just for free.
Literally, not even having to work. Just, okay, I got my credit right. Let me get this funding. I'm gonna place this funding here, and I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna wait for about a year, and then hey, 25 bands.
Yeah, that's the power. That's the power of having connections and network. And that's what I tell like all my students, is that it's more than just the knowledge I give you. You get all my connections, the people that I know and trust, and I build relationships with that give me, more insight and more income.
I guess like the last question I have too is like, what how do you feel about like going out and finding mentors, people better than yourself, or like just different? How do you vet people, vet investments? I guess I say like
how are they credible?
Yeah, I mean, cause like I know you're very meticulous. Like before you put your bread down, you're gonna sit back, you're gonna follow someone for a while, search all their shit, make sure like what's some criteria that you have before you put your bread down on investment and shit?
Probably the biggest thing for me is just seeing how they build a community and how they interact with people. If I can see that their relationships are shit and they're always bouncing from people to people all the time, I'm gonna stay far away from them. I think just if you want to be a good business person, you got to be good with people.
Period.
I think that's just how it starts. But outside of just that, doing your due diligence is just seeing the numbers, seeing what they post, researching, what their field is, seeing if you can even make the type of money that you want to make. That's where it would start to begin with. Like when I first started into entrepreneurship, it started from trading.
Yeah, I remember that fucking Forex shit.
Yeah.
I remember you tried to have me learn.
Yeah, I was like, bro.
Fuck this. Scams. I'm joking, man.
It's not a scam.
I know it's not a scam. I'm
everyone's
just
mind
about
is like everyone has a personality that fits well for every business model that they're in.
For sure. I'm just thinking about the people who be jumping in my DMs talking about some, hey, you want to make?
Yeah, and that's because the common person is gullible and they're gonna try to take any opportunity they can.
All right, well, shit. That's all we got time for today, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man.
Always.
Giving some free game. This is probably going to be like, I mean, this is my opinion, this is probably the most informative video because everybody need to get their credit straight to scale their business.
Yeah.
It's better to leverage credit than it is to leverage your cash. So,
Absolutely.
I mean, you living proof of that.
Yeah.
My brother, thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Love, man. So that's it.